is looking for an astounding 10th bowl game win. Tom Allen is hoping to start his tenure as the Hoosiers head coach with a statement win. Joe Williams, in his last game as a Ute, wants to prove he's one of the best in the nation. Richard Lego is primed to step onto the big stage and show everyone the Hoosiers are a force to be reckoned with. Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara, California, and we are all set for the Foster Farms Bowl, where the Indiana Hoosiers, out of the Big Ten, will take on the Utah Utes out of the Pac-12. Hi, everybody. I'm Gus Johnson along with my partner Joel Klatt, and welcome to Santa Clara. We're about 40 miles outside of downtown San Francisco. Very interesting teams here, partner. Utah finished the season in the Pac-12. Always a good team under Kyle Whittingham. And Indiana 6-6. They played some tough teams in conference play and did well. And when you look at these two teams, they're led by quarterbacks who've overcome some tremendous odds to be playing in this game today.
I love their stories. You know, both of these guys, Richard Lego from Indiana as well as Troy Williams from Utah, traveled the long road to get where they're at. Both of these guys started their careers at other colleges. Oklahoma State for Richard Lego and Washington for Troy Williams. Both of these individuals then had to go the junior college route. Cisco College in Texas for Lego, while Williams wound up at Santa Monica Junior College in California before finding themselves at this opportunity. That gives you perspective. When you got perspective, you got a sense of urgency about your play. They have developed through the season. I fully expect, Gus, that we're going to see both of these quarterbacks play their best game here tonight.
As the Indiana Hoosiers take the field here at the Foster Farms Bowl. Now, when you look at the Utah Utes, one of my favorite stories of the season is in Salt Lake City, and that's Joe Williams. Here's a young man that retired.
That's right.
In college.
Retired.
And then came back, and he has a chance to play in the National Football League next year.
I love watching him play. He's an electric back. He's been the heart and soul of this Utah team ever since he came back into the lineup. Joe Williams has the speed on the outside to take the distance and the vision on the inside to get those 100-yard games. He's got 5 of them over the course of the season. 332 yards against UCLA. That's a Utah record. And 1,100 yards on the season, 148 per game through just 8 games. This guy is fantastic, and he will be improving his draft stock every time he touches the ball here tonight.
The Utah Utes, 8-4 on the season, ready to take on Indiana, a series that dates back to 1975. Now let's join the third member of our team on the sideline, Shannon Spake.
Hey there, Gus. You know, Tom Allen has been on the sideline for decades, but tonight it's the first time he's holding that big clipboard. That's right, it's his head coaching debut, and he wanted to be as prepared as possible. So before the team left Bloomington, he had a mock football game, 4 quarters, as much situation football as possible. In fact, they recreated some specific moments from Indiana's season. You know, Allen told me one thing he is concerned about is managing his time between doing his job as a defensive coordinator, making those adjustments, and actually watching what the offense is doing on the field, specifically in 3-and-out and tempo kind of offense. Gus?
All right, thank you very much. So let's check out the 4 keys to the game.
You know, you start with Indiana, and their run game is not quite dominant enough to just line up and face this Utah offense and gain yards on the ground, so they got to throw it to run it. Meanwhile, for Utah, their Achilles heel all season long in those 4 losses, those very close losses to very good teams, were the inability to capitalize in red zone situations. If they can clean that up here tonight, Kyle Whittingham might find himself on the right side of a victory.
Indiana won the toss, deferred, so Utah to receive. Damari Simpkin, Kyle Folks back deep for Coach Witt. Coach Allen got the job on December 1st, his first head coaching college football job. Griffin Oaks will send it away. Indiana, Utah, and we're underway. And this will be Folks from the 5-yard line. Oh, and he is roughed up, fumbled the ball. Indiana may have it. And they do. Whoa, what a hit on special teams for IU. number 49, the Gooch, Greg Gooch.
How about that? The defensive lineman, Greg Gooch, comes in and just pops folks. The ball comes loose, and Indiana has got a great opportunity here early in this ball game. Gooch is the starting defensive end, 25 tackles on the year, a sack to his credit, and on the kickoff team, down there as a starter, laying the wood.
So IU forcing the turnover on the opening kickoff. Richard Lego from Plano, Texas. He's bounced around, as Joel told us at the top of our broadcast. He's got another year. And now he's got a 1st and 10 at the 11-yard line. Divine Redding is the running back, and they give it to him. Running right, turns a corner with room, stutter step, and goes down to the 9. Tautioli with the tackle. Redding, a very good running back. Back-to-back 1,000-yard seasons in Bloomington.
And certainly no question where they were going to go with their first run play to that right side behind big number 67, Dan Feeney, who's likely the best player in this game when you're talking about NFL draft prospects. He's playing right tackle for the Hoosiers.
Gain of 1, 2nd down and 9. Lego to throw it. With time, dumps it down and incomplete. That ball thrown low for Redding, who was open out of the backfield. What kind of offense does IU run?
Well, we're going to see a fast tempo offense, a little bit of a spread type of offense. Not necessarily what you would consider a Big Ten-esque type of offense, but this is a team with their quarterback Lego that can throw the ball with great efficiency, and they've got to do it right here on 3rd down.
3rd down, 9 at the 10. Lego in the gun. He'll throw it into the end zone. And a flag on the play. Incomplete. Ball intended for Nick Westbrook. And it looks like it'll be interference against the Utes.
It's Reggie Porter over there, 29.
Pass interference on the defense, number 29. The foul occurred in the end zone. The ball will be placed at the 2-yard line. 1st down.
Reggie Porter, the senior from Louisiana, 2 interceptions on the year. You see right there, the right arm is all over it. He never turned back to defend the ball and makes contact. And that contact draws the flag. I thought that was an excellent call, a big one for Indiana there, giving them 1st down.
1st down and goal at the 7. Redding remains in the backfield. Over the middle, touchdown IU, Mitchell Page. Mitchell Page, an all Big Ten receiver.
And the fake in the backfield from Lego is going to freeze the safety. He comes down, and that's the player that Lego is reading. He comes down. That's Marcus Williams, terrific safety for Utah. He goes right behind him with Mitchell Page. Mitchell Page, his driver's license says he's 5'8". He'll even admit, Gus, not quite 5'8", but he's a heck of a wide receiver, in particular in the slot.
And a heck of an athlete. Extra point up for Oaks. And it's good. So Indiana capitalizing on the turnover. Some hard hitting going on by the Gooch. And Lego finds the great golfer Page in the back of the end zone. Hoosiers lead it 7-6.
1991. That is some time right there. That is quite the drought. If you're thinking about other Power 5 teams, the longest droughts in the country only date back to 2004 with the University of Colorado. So Indiana trying to erase some dubious history here and earn their first bowl victory since that Copper Bowl win as Gooch gets fired up.
That's right. One reason this Indiana team is playing good football this season is because of this man's defense.
That's right.
And we'll get an opportunity to see them when Utah takes the ball. Folks, the deep man, fumbled it the last time he touched it. And they'll let this one go into the end zone for a touchback. So that will bring Troy Williams onto the field. He threw for over 2,500 yards and 15 touchdowns against only 7 interceptions in his first full season as a Division I starting quarterback. Came from Washington, transferred, went to Santa Monica Junior College, lit it up in Santa Monica, and now is finishing up his first full year as the head quarterback for the Utah Utes. Joe Williams lining up in the backfield. Troy Williams to throw it under pressure. Steps up in the pocket. Wants to run it. Has some room. Williams gets to the 30. First down, Utah. As Troy Williams, feet don't fail me now, gets to the 41-yard line. A gain of 21 yards.
You know, sometimes it's not just the block that stones the player, but creating a lane. And watch Joe Williams. He gets just enough of the linebacker, the blitzing linebacker there, Marcelino Ball, that Williams can get around him and finds a lane for a first down. Talking with Troy Williams before this game, he said that he wanted to use his legs more in this bowl game, and he does so there for a first down.
As you take a look at his rushing numbers on the season, 1st and 10 of the 41. Joe Williams is the running back. And they play fake, dumping it, and it's incomplete. Looks like some confusion that time. Evan Moyahi, the tight end, is the intended receiver.
Yeah, ball just out of his reach, but it wasn't going to go anywhere because Jonathan Crawford was right there. Number 9, the safety for Indiana. He's just a sophomore and a really good-looking young player. 65 tackles on the year, 3 interceptions. Incredible instincts, and you saw them there on that play. He was in perfect position if that ball would have been caught.
2nd down and 10 at the 41. Empty backfield for Troy Williams. Indiana showing blitz. They back off of it. Williams now dances out of the pocket, throws on the move. Caught at the 35. A 24-yard gain. Damari Simpkins.
Great movement from Simpkins to find the open space. Number 17, inside receiver. He finds the open space, gets back to his wide receiver, and then you got to give Troy Williams a lot of credit as well. Evaded some pressure in the backside, and he was able to get out of the pocket and deliver the ball down the field.
1st down and 10 at the 36 for the Utes. Here's Joe Williams trying to get downhill, and does, as he slices through the hole and gets inside the Indiana 30-yard line. Mike Barwick with the tackle.
That's where Utah is their best in the run game. You saw the pulling offensive lineman. So that defines the look for Joe Williams. This guy is electric. When he gets a crease, he is gone.
On 2nd and 2, Joe Williams again, chopping up the Indiana defense as he picks up 11 yards. Keontae Walton had to hold on and make the tackle.
You also have to give the tight ends credit. Watch right here as number 18, Evan Moiai, is going to come down. He's going to squeeze, and then he's going to get up to the 2nd level right there. That defines the picture. Williams cuts off of him, and just that amount of space is what Williams needs to get loose and move the chains.
A gain of 8 and a gain of 11 on the last 2 plays. Williams a little tender on the sideline. 1st and 10 at the 17. This time they give it to Zach Moss, and he'll pick up a few. Moss stopped by Patrick Doherty.
It's a good answer drive from Utah. Remember, they had that fumble on the opening kickoff. Indiana takes it in, capitalizes with a touchdown, and now really the first possession that the Utes offense has. And they've been able to methodically move the ball down the field. A very Utah-esque style of drive. 8 plays, taking up some time. Now they've got to capitalize. Remember, the red zone is where they have struggled.
2nd down and 8 at the 15. Looks like Joe Williams is okay. Moss remains in the game, and he'll run it. And Moss lowers his shoulder and gets to the 11-yard line before being dropped. Damian Willis with the tackle for Indiana.
These are the situations that have just plagued Utah. These 3rd and mediums, it's about a long 4 here on 3rd down, and Kyle Whittingham talked about this with us in the meetings. Only 50% red zone TD percentage this season, last in the Pac-12. This is when you need your quarterback to make a play with his arm. Look for Tim Patrick in the slot as Joe Williams is back in the backfield.
3rd down and 5. Troy Williams to throw it. Looking, delivers, and nobody there. Under pressure, Williams unable to complete it. Ralph Green, the 5th-year senior from San Antonio, Texas, in his face.
And again, they falter in the red zone. Solid drive from Utah, and you got to give Indiana's defense a lot of credit. They're able to force a kick here as Andy Phillips will come on the field.
Andy Phillips in to attempt a 30-yarder, a 4-time Lou Groza Award semifinalist. He was 17 of 21 this year with a long of 47. And good. Utes on the board. 7-3. First quarter. So Utah kicks it away. And Indiana will start from the 6-yard line. And the Hoosiers get it up close to the 25. So this Indiana offense, Joel, is it more of a Big 12 type offense?
Not quite. I would say it actually fits really well in the Pac-12, you know, because they can change tempos a little bit. They will run the football. It's really predicated on running the ball with the 1,000-yard back Divine Redding, but make no mistake about it, Lego has a big arm, a little underdeveloped as his skills as a quarterback, but a big arm, and he's got some receivers to go down the field.
And he does have another year of eligibility. He'll hand it off. Redding running left. And Redding wrestled down immediately. That aggressive defense led by Tautioli. And Sunia just tracking down the speedy running back.
You know, you can finally tell that Sunia Tautioli is healthy because he's been battling injuries all season long. But tonight you're seeing him play with some real speed at the linebacker position.
2nd down and 13 at the 22. Lego to throw it under pressure and sack. He may have lost it. Yes, he did. Hunter Demick came screaming around the corner.
As well as Peter Tamuipinu. Watch Big 50. He comes up, and that's where the ball actually comes out. Dimick was there to fall on it and actually recovered it. But this pass rush for Utah gets to the true freshman, Koi Kronk, the left tackle. Peter Tamuipinu, 7 sacks on the year coming into this game. 19 and a half in his career. Now over 20. And the defense for Utah makes a huge play here early.
So now the Utes with the football at the Indiana 16-yard line. Utah with 63 takeaways since 2015. Leading the nation. Joe Williams with a block. Joe Williams looking for the end zone. Touchdown, Utes. He's no average Joe, folks. The retiree. He said he wanted 100 yards and 2 touchdowns in his final game.
And I told you earlier, when they start pulling these offensive linemen, that's when Williams is at his best. Isaac Asiata pulls around from his left guard spot, and then Williams, in a man-on-man situation, beats the safety. That's number 9, Jonathan Crawford, and gets to the pylon. Shows that electricity I've been talking about all night.
Andy Phillips in to attempt the extra point. And it's good. 10-7 Utah, the 19th ranked team in the nation. Their defense forcing turnovers. Their offense paying it off. Joe Williams, you think he'd miss this bowl game?
Joe doesn't quite have the draft stock of some other players that you might be referring to, but no, Joe's not going to miss this last chance to be in a Utah uniform.
Devontae Williams back deep, and he'll bring it out of the end zone. And Williams crosses the 20, gets up to the 22. Brookings running the football with room. Gets to the 40, dives forward all the way up to the 44. Taumuapinu with the tackle after the 20-yard gain.
This run game for Indiana needs to find its footing a little bit so that they can get the pass rush neutralized from Utah. We've seen them now get to Lego, and now we're seeing Indiana with Lego under center trying to establish that run game.
First down at the 43. Lego to throw it underneath and incomplete. That one should have been caught. Nick Westbrook Little low.
Yeah, but accurate enough. And you're exactly right, partner. Nick Westbrook has got to haul that one in for his quarterback.
2nd and 10. Lego, 1 of 7. And the handoff to Williams. And he'll tumble forward and get to the 46, maybe the 47-yard line.
Devontae Williams, number 2, he's got some good speed. He's just a redshirt freshman. And they bring him in as a little bit of a change of pace to Divine Redding, who's a bit more methodical. So Devontae Williams, the spark plug, in here on 3rd down.
They need 6. Here's Lego. Delivers, and Page with the catch, and he picks up the 1st down and more as he gets out of bounds at the Utah 40-yard line. Tautioli there to usher him out of play.
I love what Mitchell Page does in finding the space in the defense. You know, it seems like every time on 3rd down, Lego is looking number 87's direction, and that's born out of trust. He understands that he's going to find the soft spot in the defense.
1st down at the 28. And they'll hand it to Redding with running room. Divine Redding picks up the 1st down on a gain of 10.
This is the first real solid drive that we've seen from Indiana, putting together several 1st downs as they'll move quickly.
Redding again running straight ahead, keeping his legs churning, and he gets to the 10-yard line. Luafatasanga and Marcus Williams, who's back for Utah, combining on the tackle.
You know, this tempo has been hard for Utah. I would use it right up into the...
Redding. And he gets to the 6th, 1st down. Chase Hansen stops him. And that should take us to the end of the 1st quarter. A very competitive and exciting quarter of college football here on Fox. The Foster Farms Bowl, Utah. IU. 1st and goal of the 6-yard line for IU. Divine Redding, the pistol back. They give it to him. Redding trying to turn the corner, and does, and gets taken down inside the Utah 5.
Good play there from the safety, Marcus Williams, number 20, who was in on the tackle. Strung that all the way out to the sideline and was able to make the stop. But here on 2nd and goal, they'll pick up the tempo and go fast again.
From the 3. Redding again this time. He loses the football, and Utah has it.
I believe that was Tassini who knocked it out, and Chase Hansen, number 22, the safety, dove on the ball. What a great stop for Utah inside the 5. Here's where the tempo hurts them, because they're trying to go too fast, and then all of a sudden you saw the exchange wasn't quite clean. Redding didn't have that ball completely tucked away, and Pisoni Tassini, really the unsung hero of that front 7 for Utah, is able to strip it out, and Chase Hansen falls on it. What a terrific play there from the Utah front 7.
4 turnovers in this game already, 2 apiece, as Utah takes over at their own 5-yard line.
Not entirely uncommon in these bowl games, Gus, you know, because that layoff hurts the offense always more than it hurts the defense, because I've always felt like defense is more of an effort and energy game than offense is.
And they'll run it on 1st down with Joe Williams. They'll give him a little room as Dawson Fletcher stops him.
You see, successful offense is predicated on execution and details. So timing comes into it, rhythm comes into it. Whereas on defense, you can literally just effort your way to success. Play hard, run to the football, do those sorts of things. And we saw some quarterback problems early in this game, and now an exchange issue between Lego and Redding.
2nd down and 8 at the 7. Troy Williams drops it off. Joe Williams gets a block. Joe Williams down the sideline. He's got 4.5 speed. Joe Williams out of bounds inside Indiana territory.
Williams might run 4-5, but how about big left guard Isaac Asiata, number 54, out in front of him? Watch this. They're going to throw the swing route, and it's really set up as a screen. So here's Asiata. He's out in front, number 54, and he's going to continue to go. Williams sets up a block, and then Asiata gets a big block right there on 43 and springs him for another 20 yards.
A 56-yard reception for Joe Williams. 1st and 10 at the 37 for Utah. Here's the pitch back. Huntley throwing down the field. Caught. Kyle Fultz down at the
1. They bring the true freshman quarterback in and have some razzle-dazzle with his high school teammate Zach Moss. He pitches it back and he makes a great read. That could go to the middle of the field or to the outside. The outside, Gus, is always the secondary read, and so the true freshman gets to the secondary read and gets it all the way down to the 1-yard line.
1st down and goal at the 1. Huntley in the game at running back, at quarterback rather. He forces it through and scores. So Tyler Huntley, the freshman, with the touchdown.
And he got a great block and fake from 28, Joe Williams. Good decision there from Huntley. Keeps it himself. And Tom Allen's defense not quite able to bow its neck enough.
16-7. Andy Phillips. And it's good. Utah using the running game. Capitalizing on the Indiana turnover. And the great thing about bowl games is the players have a chance to serve the community when they come into towns.
That was Christmas morning. You know, a great experience. Both teams. One team went to St. Anthony's dining room. Another went to Glide Memorial Church. They served combined about 8,000 meals to those in need on Christmas Day. Just a remarkable experience for everybody involved.
Deontay Williams will return it. And he'll slide to the 25. Still on his feet. Gets to the 30. Before finally being gang tackled. 1st down and 10. Brookins. And Brookins picks up a chunk as he gets over the 30 up to the 33-yard line. They're going to say it's an 8-yard gain.
Preparing for this game, watching Indiana, I've always felt like these are their most successful runs when they get way outside. It's the stretch kind of wide zone play that they're most efficient at.
2nd and 2. Play fake. And they'll dump it off in the flats to Thomas. And Ian Thomas, the junior, is stopped by Tautioli. But he gains 6 yards and picks up a 1st down.
Only had 1 catch coming into this game, but a guy that the coaching staff is actually very high on. Great receiver skills from the tight end position.
Lego to throw it underneath. Caught on the move. Even more. Ricky Jones down the sideline and finally tackled inside the 10. Brian Allen with a saving tackle after the 53-yard gain.
And it's all set up by the ball placement. Timing plus ball placement equals yards after the catch. That's how it happens. Ricky Jones down the sideline because he's afforded a terrific pass from his quarterback, Richard Lego.
1st and goal at the 8-yard line for IU. And here's the handoff to Williams. And he goes backwards. Tassini again in on the play for Utah.
They've tried the run game here inside the 10, and it just has not been very effective for them. Speaking of Indiana, in this situation, in particular with a quarterback who stands every bit of 6'6".
Second and goal at the 7. Lego in the back of the end zone, incomplete. Intended for Ricky Jones. Well defended, though, by the Utah defense. Marcus Williams.
How about Marcus Williams right here? Watch him from the safety position. He's going to see the motion, and he immediately is just going to look up the wide receiver and defend him. That's great situational play. You talk about being prepared. Understanding what the defense is going to, or excuse me, the offense wants to do inside the 10. Situational football, Williams was prepared for it.
Third down goal at the 7. Lego looking and incomplete. Ricky Jones again. The intended receiver. Jones, an all Big Ten receiver. The big game against Wake Forest. 8 catches for 208 yards, and that will bring on the field goal unit for Indiana.
Everything is contested with Utah in that back end. Man-to-man coverage, making it very difficult on Richard Lego to throw the ball.
So Griffin Oaks in to attempt a 24-yarder. And it's good. IU settles for 3. .433 remaining in the second quarter. 17-10. Utah leading Indiana. 53rd career field goal for Griffin Oaks, and he statistically has not had his best season kicking field goals. 15 for 24 coming into this game, but now he's made 5 in a row over his last 4 games.
A frustrating series there, not being able to capitalize after that nice big play to start things off, getting it down inside the 10.
And folks, let's this one go out of the end zone. They'll throw it. Troy Williams underneath, and that ball thrown behind Raylon Singleton.
There's one thing, Gus, that you and I have talked about Utah is sometimes they don't rely on Williams like they should. Kyle Whittingham even has alluded to that. He has been frustrated at times with Williams' usage in game. Expect him to get the ball here.
2nd and 10. And they'll throw it, and they'll drop it down to Joe Williams, and he fumbles the football. But it's an incomplete pass. It wasn't thrown behind him. It was thrown in front of him. And that'll bring up 3rd down and long.
You know, just from a game plan schematic perspective, I will never understand the toss sweep or the swing pass into the short side of the field. Remember, in college football, these hash marks are really far apart. It's not like the NFL where you're basically playing in the middle of the field the entire time. There's just not a lot of room for an athlete to work when you're throwing that swing pass into the short side.
3rd down and 10 of the 25. Indiana showing blitz. Here they come. Troy Williams with time, delivers, incomplete, and no flag on the play. Raylon Singleton, the intended receiver, but Rashard Fant again on defense for IU.
You know, they're going to want a PI here because Fant at the end, watch him as he's going to kind of grab the arm right here, and there's a little bit of a hold. I just never felt like the timing was all that great. I agree with the officials on this. I didn't think that was a pass interference.
So Wisnowski will punt it from the 10. His 3rd punt of the game. Mitchell Page, the deep man. And Page with the fair catch at the 35. 1st down and 10 at the 36. Brookins in at running back. Lego sprints out of the pocket, throws on the move, and that ball deflected. Incomplete. Tautioli again making a play.
For a guy that is 6'6" at quarterback, Lego has way too many passes batted down. Watch his motion. He's not going to get this ball see, it barely even gets higher than his helmet. He releases it almost like a catcher. He's got a very tight, short, and low motion, and his effective height lowers dramatically.
2nd down and 10. Brookins with a running room. And Brookins will pick up about 7 on the play, maybe 8 yards. Tautioli with the tackle.
He's primarily been a kick returner for them, but Brookins has had some success here tonight against this Utah defense. He's Indiana's leading rusher with 27 yards.
3rd down and 2 at the 44. Brookins looking for the 1st down, and he has it at midfield. Marcus Williams with the tackle.
This is when they like to get that tempo going. They get the 1st down, they get the chains moving, and they're going to try to go a little bit faster. There's Divine Redding, who fumbled inside the 5. Haven't seen him partner, like you said, since that. Brookins in the backfield.
1st down at midfield for IU. Empty backfield for Lego. Lego steps up, decides to run it, and he goes down to the 45. So he'll gain 5 yards on the play. Tawamoepenu and Luafutasanga combining on the tackle. And partner, I think that after a whole season, we're finally starting to get this Polynesian name.
That's right. We've seen Utah enough that we're dialed in on. Yeah, there's some of those names: Tautioli, Tassini, Luafutasanga. The first time we saw him last year, we're like, oh my goodness.
And they'll drop it off. Nice catch by the tight end, Danny Friend, but he dropped it.
Trying to utilize the tight end a little bit more than they've shown during the course of the season, and Friend's trying to catch that with one hand, gets it, but there's Chase Hansen, comes in, knocks it away from the safety position. He did a remarkable job there coming up and getting that ball loose.
So Mitchell Page lines up in the slot at the top of your screen. 3rd down and 5. Brookins looking for the 1st down, and he has it as he dives forward.
Xander Diamant in at quarterback. They use him in a run package. He comes in only 6'1", 174-pound speedy guy.
Diamant keeping it, and he'll pick up 3 yards.
He's from Los Angeles. Carried it for a little over 150 yards on the season.
2nd down and 7 for Diamant. Play fake. He'll throw it down the field. Caught! Touchdown, Nick Westbrook. But a flag. And he's got the Conor McGregor walk going.
Pass interference on the defense, number 22. That penalty is declined. Touchdown.
So the touchdown stands. Xander Diamant to Nick Westbrook.
Westbrook's got some height. He's 6'3", athletic. He goes up and gets it very well. That was Julian Blackman, the true freshman from Layton, Utah, in coverage. And boy, what a play there. Holding on to it, securing it through going to the ground. Excellent catch.
Extra point good for Griffin Oaks. It's halftime here in Santa Clara with the score Utah 17, Indiana 17. The State Farm halftime show is coming up after these messages. And welcome back. Levi Stadium, our score, Indiana 17, Utah 17 as we start the second half. Gus Johnson along with Joel Klatt. I tell you what, that Indiana defense in the second quarter turned things around for the Hoosiers.
They did, because anytime that, you know, early in the game, Utah was having a lot of success. I even felt like their run game was starting to establish itself. And then Indiana started getting some stops, and then they started pressuring the quarterback. And this Indiana defense has done a heck of a job. As we take a look at the Verizon first half stats, only 60 yards rushing for Utah. 227 overall for the Utes, and Indiana's offense, you know, they got the boost, and Diamont comes in and they get the touchdown late, and we end up with a tie score before halftime.
So Indiana will get the football to start the second half. Hayes Hicken will kick it off. Devontae Williams and Ricky Jones are the deep men for the Hoosiers.
Be interested to see how much Diamont plays in the second half and how much of the two-quarterback system we see out of Indiana.
So Williams takes the knee. Let's check in with Shannon.
Well, Gus, Joel, I know you guys were questioning the way Utah handled that final offensive drive to end that first half. I asked Kyle Whittingham about that, and he went big picture on me. Shook his head, completely frustrated. He said, we just haven't played well at all in all three series. He told me we have to pick it up. Now, as far as Indiana, Tom Allen told me it was a very active locker room. A lot of guys got up and spoke. They know what's on the line. Establishing the run is key. Hanging on to that football. He did tell me Marcielo Ball will be back. We saw him go out with that shoulder injury in the first.
Tom Allen, this is his first head coaching experience since coaching Ben Davis High School in Indianapolis in 2006. First down and 10 at the 25. Redding back in the game at running back after fumbling on the 3-yard line. This is the first time we've seen him since then. He runs it. Tries to get outside and does with room at the 30-yard line. Cuts it back and goes all the way up to the 40. A 15-yard pickup for Divine Redding.
You know, we heard Shannon talk about the energy in the locker room. So many times that translates into the early third quarter success.
Lego to the sideline and almost intercepted. Reggie Porter was there, just couldn't hold on. And if he would have hauled that in, he would have had a clear path to the end zone.
Total miscommunication between Nick Westbrook, number 15. Looks like he's kind of stopping, and then he just gets let go. He turns to the official. He wanted a hold there from Reggie Porter. I don't disagree. A lot of contact down the field there from Porter.
Second down and 10 at the 40. Redding goes in motion. Lego underneath Westbrook this time. Secures it and picks up a first down at midfield.
Now that was a big time throw right there. Tight window, slant pass from Richard Lego. And now they go with some tempo here after a first down.
Play fake. Lego sets up deep, goes for it all down the field. And intercepted. Marcus Williams. That's Utah's 40th interception since the start of last season.
Poor decision from Richard Lego. Marcus Williams is one of the best safeties in America. A ball hawking safety. There he is, number 20 on the right side of your screen, and he never left that side of the field and just took off on the eyes of Richard Lego. Lego underthrows the pass, and that's an easy interception for a great safety. Marcus Williams hauls it in.
3 turnovers for Indiana, 2 for Utah. And the Utes will start the second half at their own 8-yard line. On first down, they hand it to Joe Williams. Trying to follow his blocks. Turns it up. Williams with room, and he crosses the 20 and picks up a first down. Nate Hoff stops him.
Set up his blocks beautifully. Works him all the way to the outside. And then he finds the seam. And doesn't he have a burst?
Yes, he does.
When he gets that seam, it's like, bang, he's shot out of a canyon. This guy, he's got some real ability now.
Troy Williams hands it off to Joe Williams. And I always wondered myself, Joel, why they would run it to the short side of the field, and one of the coaches told me they run it to that short side because there are less defenders over there.
There are less defenders over there because of the wide hash marks, and this is different than the NFL. Because of the wide hash marks, a lot of defensive coordinators set the strength of their defense based on space and not formation. So because of that, there are less defenders to that short side, and the offenses generally try to exploit it. The difference is, though, they've got less space to occupy for the defenders to close down that space.
Joe Williams. It was a very good explanation.
The pursuit gets there quicker is what I guess I was trying to say there at the end, but almost every college defensive coordinator, the bulk of
now in the NFL, it's different.
Very different because of the tight hash marks. So you have to line up to the formation the majority of the time, well over 80% of the time. Where in college, 80–90% of the time, you're going to see a defense set its strength or its strong linebacker, its strong safety to the wide side of the field, which in this case is to Indiana's right side.
3rd down and 6 at the 45. Here's a throw, and it's caught down the field. Simpkins, and a big-time play for Utah. 21-yard gain.
My goodness, Siosi Wilson had a huge block, number 80. He peels back. Here's number 80 at the bottom of your screen. He's going to peel back right there, and bow. He's going to hit Marcelino Ball, the true freshman. Legal hit. Look at that. Head down, shoulder into the chest. Excellent job by Siosi Wilson. Perfectly legal. Springs him for another 5 yards and a big play for the Utes.
1st down and 10 at the 33 after the 21-yard gain. Zach Moss in now at running back. Play fake. Williams steps up in the pocket, and he'll maybe gain a yard on the play. Tracked down from behind by Greg Gooch and Nate Hoff.
Big credit to this pass rush. They have just not allowed Utah to throw the ball down the field in the play-action game. Anytime we see those fakes, we've seen pressure get to Troy Williams. Now, they've been able to throw it on the outside, the quick screen game, or even comebacks on the outside to a receiver by Tim Patrick. But this defensive line has gotten home most of the time when they try to go down the field.
No gain. 2nd and 10 at the 33. Moss. Tell you what, that Indiana defense, the front 7 playing some good football. T. Grace Scales is the leader.
Scales has 116 tackles coming into this game. 20.5 tackles for a loss. Just an excellent player. 2nd team All-American, and he's been terrific here tonight.
3rd down and 7 at the 30. Troy Williams gets out of the pocket, throws on the run. Incomplete. Jonathan Crawford there defensively with Tim Patrick.
Patrick was trying to work back to his quarterback along the sideline and give Williams a place to throw the ball. The problem is that before the ball got there, his left foot just hit out of bounds.
Tell you what, these officials in this game, Joel, have done an outstanding job.
Yeah, they really have. They've been all over it. Some bang-bang plays. Some interesting calls that you don't normally see, like those defensive holding situations, but they've been right there on top of everything.
So Andy Phillips comes in to attempt a 48-yarder. One of the best in the country. Whoa! He had some English on that ball, Joel. That looks like your 7-iron.
What in the world?
Whoa! A season long. Look at the action on this, folks. In, out, and back in. 5:40 to play in the 3rd quarter. Andy Phillips with one of the most unique field goals you're gonna see as he nails it from 48 yards out.
He turned a draw into a fade. and then it went through the uprights. That was crazy.
So here comes Indiana. This is Devontae Williams, and he'll go down to the 20-yard line. First down and 20 at the 11. Lego in trouble and sacked. Second sack of the day this time. It's Pita Talamoapinu.
And he's down on the field. The exact opposite move that he used from earlier in the game. Earlier in the game, he went outside. Now he's going to go, and he's going to go actually inside of the true freshman, Coy Cronk. Here he goes with the inside move, and he gets home. Actually pops up, and he's headed back to the sideline. That's good news for Utah because he's been excellent here tonight. Second sack of the night. He has been a monster for the Utes defense.
So that'll make it second down and 27 for Indiana at their own 4. Redding. And he gets to the 9.
You know, for a guy who struggles with interceptions, Richard Lego, we've seen him throw picks tonight. This is the situation that you've got to be careful with the football. You cannot force it down the field. If I was the coach, I'd take that ability away from him, hand the ball off to Redding here, and live to play another down with a punt.
Third down and 22. Lego will throw it. Underneath, safe play, Westbrook. And he'll get to the 16. So IU will have to punt the football. Justin Thomas chopping him down. Tell you what, when you watch Utah play, you just feel like you're watching a Big Ten team.
Yeah, they're physical up front. You know, that's the one thing that all the Indiana guys said is, boy, these Utah Utes look a lot like the teams that we play in our conference, specifically Michigan, with the scheme that Utah runs. A lot of man coverage in the back end with their defensive backs and a very physical defensive line up front.
Gideon sends it away. Booby Hobbs back deep. Here's Hobbs with running room. Hobbs, nice moves. And he's finally stopped at the Indiana 35. A 37-yard punt and a 20-yard return. Third down and 18 at the 42. Joe Williams looking. Joe Williams with a burst. Joe Williams still moving. Joe Williams is playing for the money. A 21-yard gain.
And that's just a give-up call on a long third down. Literally, you're just handing the football off, hoping that somebody can make a play, and that somebody is Joe Williams. This guy is Utah's best player.
18 carries, 99 yards, and a touchdown. He'll take a rest. First down, Utah at the 21 of Indiana. Troy Williams lost it. Out of bounds. And the Utes catch a huge break. And Troy Williams is shaken up.
Getting up slowly, but now up on his feet, heading back to the huddle. We've seen Tyler Huntley in this ball game several different times. Number one, the true freshman from Florida. But it's a small package that they're having him run, so he doesn't have the entire offense at his disposal. At least he hasn't yet in this ball game, and so they stick with Williams here on second down.
Williams will run it. Strung out and knocked out of bounds for a loss. T. Scales.
You know, even with this very good offensive line, they're just getting beat by effort up front. The energy, and the guys talked about it at halftime. Coach Wanstead talked about it at halftime. Indiana wants it more right now on the front seven. The only good things that are happening for Indiana right now, partner, are when they give the ball to number 28.
You mean Utah?
Excuse me, that's right. When Utah gives the ball to Joe Williams. That's the only time that things are positive for Utah because of the energy of the Indiana defense.
Zach Moss remains in the game for Joe Williams. 3rd and 12. Troy Williams sets up, goes deep. Oh, that looked like an interference call, and it is.
You know, they're going to talk about this. I would fully expect them to pick this up. If they're going to call holding, then they'll keep it on.
There is no foul for defensive pass interference. The ball was uncatchable. It'll be 4th down.
What a great call by Dax Hill, the back judge. You're going to see him in your screen probably here on the left side. Maybe not because we get in here tight. But certainly there's a lot of contact. But look, that ball hits 6 yards out of bounds. You know, I know you're going to try to give the benefit of the doubt to the Utah receiver, but Raylan Singleton is not going to jump 20 feet in the air and catch the ball.
So now Andy Phillips comes on. He's been good from 30 and 48 yards. This one is from 41 yards. Money. The other good thing happening for the Utes, Andy Phillips, 23-17. Utah, the 19th ranked team in the nation, with a 23-17 lead over Indiana. Hayes Hicken comes in to kick it away. Hoosiers trying to get juiced on their own sideline. Devontae Williams, Ricky Jones, the deep men. Williams from the 5. And Williams gets up to the 35 before being taken down. Richard Lego has not had his best game. 1st down and 10 at the 34. Lego over the middle. Westbrook can't hold on. And that'll take us to the end of the 3rd quarter, 23-17. Our score, and it's been a hard-hitting 3 quarters. Welcome back, and let's take a look at the scoring as we head into the 4th quarter.
3rd quarter was all Utah and Andy Phillips. A couple of field goals. Stretch the lead to 23-17.
Here's Lego underneath, and this is caught by Westbrook. Mike, and I know you wanted to say some positive things about one of our replay guys that is getting ready to call it quits.
Yeah, we'll talk about Mike McGinnis here in a second.
Reading, Indiana playing fast. Michael, go ahead.
You know, he has made 2 decisions tonight, good decisions. 25 years he's worked in the SEC. This is his last game. He worked the SEC championship game in replay. He was a line judge for 15 years in replay for now 10.
Lego going down the field, incomplete.
And I just have to tell you, you know, we talk so much about officials. This is a class gentleman who has been so well respected in the SEC. And really, on behalf of Fox, I mean, we just like to thank him for all that he has done. Been married to his wife, Pat, for 48 years. And so now in the fall, he's going to be home with Pat and get some deserved time.
3rd down and 12 to the 35. Lego over the middle. Caught. Great throw. Nick Westbrook with the catch. But Richard Lego put that one on the money.
I asked him before the game, what's your favorite play in 3rd down? He said, any play where I can throw in rhythm, and that's exactly what he did there. He threw in rhythm. He got balanced, and then he used that big arm, and he fired it down the field. A perfect pass for a completion, and more importantly, moving the chains.
A 19-yard gain. Westbrook, 4 catches, 60 yards, and a touchdown. 1st down at the Utah 16 for IU. Lego in trouble and just throws it away.
It's a great decision as Pisoni Tassini was bearing down on him, number 59, providing a lot of pressure. And here's the coverage down the field. He's trying to get the ball down on that double move to the tight end, number 84, Danny Friend. But Chase Hansen, 22, the safety, didn't bite on the first move, and Lego had nowhere to go with the ball.
2nd and 10 at the 16. Redding the single setback. They give it to him. Redding cuts it inside. Redding still moving, and he powers his way inside the Utah 5, and a first down for Indiana.
What a great job by that offensive line. Redding found the hole, gets the seam, and then some tough running, gets it all the way inside the 5-yard line.
First down and goal. Redding, can he hold on? Yes! Touchdown Hoosiers.
Dan Feeney, the All-American, watch him move to his left, and he actually makes one block and then gets up to the second level. Here he blocks Dimmick, and then he gets up to the linebacker. So one guy blocking two, and Redding gets into the end zone.
This for the lead. Griffin Oaks. And Indiana goes out in front. IU won 3 games this year when trailing after 3. They trailed 23-17 after 3 tonight. A little over 10 minutes to play in the Foster Farms Bowl, and it's been a terrific game. Indiana taking the lead. 3 wins for the Hoosiers this season after trailing in the 4th quarter. So they've shown an ability to come back in games.
Some resilience by Lego. A couple of huge completions on that last series to keep the drive alive. Gus on the way to that touchdown and the lead here in the 4th quarter.
Remember, under Kyle Whittingham, the Utes have been sensational on special teams. First down and 10 to the 25. And here's Joe Williams. Williams to the 35 and out of bounds. Whew. Joe Williams with an 18-yard run. He's well over 100 yards rushing.
And when those big linemen start to pull for him, that's when they're at their best, is when they're running to the right side, allowing the left guard, Isaac Asiata, the Morris Trophy Award winner as the Pac-12's most dominant lineman. When they pull Big 54 around and let Joe Williams run behind him, Utah is virtually unstoppable.
First down and 10 at the 43. Williams straight ahead this time. Williams still moving. Joe Williams fumbled the ball. Was he down? No, they say.
Great hustle by Indiana down the field. Number 9, Jonathan Crawford, and number 3, Tyler Green are the ones in on the tackle. Crawford is the one that's pulling it up, but look at that knee that was down. You know what's hard, though, Gus, is that you do not see where the ball actually is when the knee is on the ground.
7 combined turnovers, most in Foster Farms Bowl history.
And Joe Williams, who had a problem with fumbles to begin the season, even late into last year, fumbled against Colorado, and then it rears its ugly head here again late, and he has been sensational. 22 carries, 156 yards, and that one was oh so close.
First down and 10 at the 29 for Indiana. Can Utah get their offensive ball back? Lego over the middle, caught with running room, and this is Ian Thomas. A 19-yard gain.
Now you're starting to see Lego play with a little bit of rhythm, and this is where he gets hot. The tempo, the rhythm, and he starts finding those receivers down the field.
There's Brookins weaving his way as he crosses the 30.
Yeah, this offensive line has done a great job establishing the run here in the second half.
7:37 to play. Brookins again trying to hop through the hole. And that'll bring up 3rd down and short.
And on 3rd down and short, this is when I think tempo is your best asset. Get up there and snap the ball, hand it to Brookings again, and get an easier 1st down, but they're going to slow it down. Now this allows Utah to line up more efficiently, and that Utah defense has been very stout against the run.
3rd down and 1 for Indiana. 7:07 to go in the 4th. Brookings in the backfield. Brookings looking, and he has the 1st down. Stopped by Chase Hansen.
Boy, Dan Feeney is just such a good player. They're playing so fast that it's hard to show the replays of the offensive line, but 67, Dan Feeney is the one that opened up that hole. He mashed the entire defensive line down to his left, and that's where Brookings cut back off the right for a 1st down.
1st down at the 23. Redding back in the game at running back. Lego in the corner for Page.
Just out of his reach. Page ran a great route. Good coverage as well down the field. Justin Thomas, the senior from Orange, Texas, the nickelback who's been matched up with Mitchell Page most of the night. Good coverage down the field there in the end zone.
2nd and 10. Page in motion. Redding. Ooh, he got drilled at the line of scrimmage by Lotulelei.
My goodness, Lotulelei, 310 pounds. He sheds the block and pow. Nowhere to go for Divine Redding.
Third down and 10 at the 23. Big play for the Indiana offense. Utes need to get off the field. Lego, empty backfield, out of the shotgun. Looks, screen, incomplete. Mitchell Page, the intended receiver. And now the field goal unit comes off for the Hoosiers.
I mean, this is set up perfectly. Your best attribute as a quarterback in the screen game is patience. He just throws it too quickly. Look at that. If he just lets it set up, he's going to have Page working up the field in wide open space. Even Dimmick, who reads the screens beautifully, was behind the play. But Lego didn't let it materialize and threw the ball too soon.
So Griffin Oaks comes in to attempt a 40-yarder. And he pushed it. No good. 5:34 to go in the Foster Farms Bowl. And we've got a one-point game. Here's the question for you, partner. Utes down by 1. Where do they need to go to get in the Andy Phillips range?
Well, I think that we saw the edge of that range earlier. What was it? A 48-yarder that just barely crept through. He's 4 of 4 from 50 in his career. If they get to about the 33-yard line, 34-yard line, I think that they would attempt it.
Joe Williams. And Joe Williams! Joe Williams picked up a big chunk there as he gets to the 44. Kyle Whittingham showing confidence in the senior after he fumbled the football.
They went right back to him, and rightly so. He found a big hole. Great job by the offensive line. They pulled both the left guard and the left tackle, Garrett Bowles and Isaac Asiata, for the big gain for Joe Williams.
First down and 10 at the 44. Williams with 179 yards rushing. He'll run it again. And We've seen this Utah team over the last couple of years have game-defining drives in which they don't try to trick you, they run it right at you.
Well, they put the game not only in their running backs' hands, but their offensive line's hands. I thought they were going to do that at the end of the first half. It was about this moment, about 4.5 minutes left in the first half. They had the ball with good field position. I thought it was going to be a Joe Williams drive. We'll see if they learn their lesson and go that direction here.
Joe Williams. And Williams, another first down for Utah as they get closer to Andy Phillips' range. Tony Fields with the tackle.
And this is that odd scenario where as a quarterback you've got to manage the clock. Troy Williams is in a situation where he's down by 1, but he's not looking to operate with any sort of urgency. You can take a lot of the play clock, run a lot of this game clock down to try to get into field goal range or even a score with a touchdown.
First down at the 45, and they'll run it with Troy McCormick. And McCormick picks up 3 yards on the play.
McCormick was injured earlier in the year along with Zach Moss. All those injuries that hit that running back position that brought Joe Williams back out of retirement in the first place. But now some of those guys are healthy and able to spell big number 28 when he needs a breath.
Second down and 17. Joe Williams back in for Utah. Troy Williams will throw it underneath, and the ball caught by Raylon Singleton. So they get half of it back.
And a good throw there. That's a confidence builder for Troy Williams here late in this ball game, because they might need him again here. This is a huge third down, and getting inside of the 2.5-minute mark, depending on how close they can get to the chains, this might be an opportunity for Utah to go for it on fourth down as well.
Third down and 7 at the 42. They need to go to the 35 for a first down. Troy Williams in the shotgun. Gives it to Joe Williams. Joe Williams! Still on his feet. Joe Williams! What a run! Down inside the Indiana 10.
What a run. Balance, talent, toughness, relentlessness, everything. And some ball security right there. See, it got loose, and then all of a sudden that second hand came up to the ball. And he said that ball is not hitting the ground this time.
26 carries, 222 yards rushing, and a touchdown for Joe Williams. A Foster Farms Bowl record. First and goal at the 10. And this is McCormick. Indiana strings it out and knocks him out of bounds with 1:39 to go.
You know, they're going with Tyler Huntley right now at quarterback. The only reason I question that is because this is a management situation. This is where you tell your guys you don't want to run out of bounds. And a young guy in McCormick, he runs out of bounds because you don't want the clock to stop. The last thing you want to do is get forced to kick a field goal with 1 minute and 20 seconds left.
Remember, though, Tyler Huntley has incredible speed. Second and goal at the 11. Huntley runs it. And Huntley, only a couple. Joe Williams back in the game with 222 yards rushing. Third down, goal at the 11. Huntley, the quarterback, sprints out, wants to run it, and gains 1.5 yards, maybe 2.
You know, that I go back to that first down play. Huntley was in the game. McCormick runs out of bounds. It saved a timeout for Indiana. They take another one here.
Andy Phillips, who's been a hero tonight, 3 for 3 on field goal attempts. This one will be from 27 yards away to give Coach Witt and the Utes the lead. Good snap, clean hole, got it up, and he made it. Andy Phillips, he hooked that one in, barely. And Utah takes a 26-24 advantage with 1:24 to go.
Wow, that was close. They call him Automatic Andy, but just inside the left upright. And Andy Phillips is 4 for 4 tonight for Kyle Whittingham. What a drive. Spearheaded by Joe Williams. What a sensational effort from Williams tonight. Phillips has been terrific, and now Utah with a 2-point lead.
Hayes Hicken will kick it away. Ricky Jones and Devontae Williams are the deep men. Richard Lego. And this ball picked up at the 11. Williams. And Williams with a good return gets it to the 30. 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. Lego on 1st down, and he's sacked. 3rd of the game. Wow. Filippo Mokafisi.
And they were just rushing 4, and they were playing deep coverage with 2 deep safeties. You don't expect the sack, but effort up front gets to the quarterback.
A loss of 9. Lego. And incomplete. Westbrook got drilled. Hansen just throwing his body around.
Boy, Hansen and Westbrook went up for the ball, and that's the collision. That was the same type of a route that they threw on that big 3rd down conversion on their last touchdown drive, but Hansen was ready for it this time.
Lego out of the shotgun. Lego underneath. Page trying to get out of bounds. And he goes down at the 30-yard line. IU quickly getting back to the line.
They should have used their timeout right there.
4th down and 10. Do or die for Indiana. Play fake. Lego lets it go. And it's caught by Page for 1st down. Now they'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Clock stops while the ball is marked.
They're going to try to run another play. Lots of time being taken up.
Lego throws and incomplete.
They wasted about 15 to 20 seconds in the last couple of plays, and now you're sitting there still with your timeout and only 13 seconds to play.
Second and 10. Indiana needs a miracle. Lego steps up, in trouble, stays on his feet. And the ball is caught. Wow. At the 47. What a throw by Richard Lego, Ricky Jones.
What a huge completion, because that moves it into an area of the field that it's much easier to push the ball into range with just 5 seconds left. Now you can throw an out route possibly in 3 or 4 seconds and still have a second to attempt a long field goal. What a huge completion. Because I think you need 10 yards to be comfortable. 7 to try his career long. So something quick on the outside. I think you can do that in 5 seconds. Utah's got everybody back deep. I would throw something short and to the sidelines as quick as possible.
Lego trying to get enough time to throw it. Steps up. Unloads, and he's hit as he throws a football. Incomplete. Kavika. Luafatasanga with the final play. And the Utes win the Foster Farms Bowl 26-24. where Joe Williams rushed for 222 yards on 26 carries and a touchdown. Andy Phillips, the hero, 4 for 4, including the game winner. 26-24, Utah defeats Indiana in the Foster Farms Bowl. Let's go downstairs to Joel Klatt for the trophy presentation.
All right, thank you, Gus. And welcome down to the field here at the Foster Farms Bowl, site of an unbelievable matchup and a terrific game between the Big Ten's Indiana Hoosiers and the Pac-12's Utah Utes. It's been a fantastic week here in the San Francisco area, capped off by this great game. And a huge thanks to our title sponsor, Foster Farms, and to help present tonight's trophy for the Foster Farms Bowl champions, the CEO of Foster Farms, Mr. Laura Flanagan.
What an amazing, exciting game tonight. Special thank you to the San Francisco 49ers, to the Fox organization, and most importantly, to all the loyal fans of Utah and Indiana. Your great spirit tonight not only supported your teams, but it helped our local communities in the fight against hunger. Because ticket sales from tonight's game help provide thousands of meals to those in need. So thank you for helping in the fight against hunger. A special recognition and congratulations to the Indiana team for a well-played, hard-fought, heart-stopping game tonight. And now for the moment we have all been waiting for. A very special congratulations to the Utah Utes for an outstanding game. Your teamwork, your dedication, and your outstanding play paid off. And it is with great pride and honor that we at Foster Farms present the Foster Farms Bowl Championship Trophy to the Utah Utes.
Coach, I'm going to have you come up real quick. What an amazing game it was. Your players played so hard. Coach Whittingham, you're now 10-1 in bowl games. This group of seniors goes out with a victory, and a hard-fought victory at that. What an amazing fourth quarter, wasn't it?
It was, and they just kept hanging in there. We didn't play perfect by any stretch, but Joe ran hard. Joe was sick all last night. We weren't even sure if he was going to play, and he must have had 200 yards tonight plus. And the way the offensive line continued to block, you know, we turned the ball over way too many times. Didn't start the game ideally on the fumble on the kickoff, but found a way to win, bottom line.
Something would tell me Coach Whittingham was going to find the things to complain about this victory. Hard-fought victory. But I got to tell you, your team fought extremely hard, and the offensive line in the end opened up those holes for Joe. He was terrific in that fourth quarter, and you guys won it really the Utah way with toughness.
We did, and it was a great job by our defense getting critical stops. Came away with 3 takeaways of our own. Andy Phillips, 4 field goals. That was huge. That was the difference in the game.
Coach, congratulations.
Thank you, Joel. Appreciate it.
And on behalf of Fox Sports, thank you for watching, and congratulations to the 2016 Foster Farms Bowl champion, Utah Utes.